Bang on the door. Pops around with the coffee machine just looking at this opens up the door so that you can rip it over his knee. How they're shoving past things. וככה שברך תצא שירת ספר ומיתו לא תירא מפחד לילה מחץ יוחנן דבב אותו יולו מכתב יוצא צהריים מפה מצבך לבמה מנך לכל יגש עד בנך תביא תשום ושם תראה יתד להם מחסיר יום סף מיונך לא תשמר לך רע ונגע לא כבוד החכים עליך לסרב Pani Sahotka אורך ימים משביעהו והריהו לישועתי אדם אם בן שנה יחיה, 1,000 שנים יחיה, מה יקרות, מה יהיה, ברוך דיין האמת, אני תחיה, ברוך כי אמת דינו, ושתת הכל בינו, שלם, וגם חשבון בדינו, רק לא לשמור את דיין, תצדק בדוברך, ותחכה בשותך, ואין מעלה רחמים שותך, צדיק אחרי, וישם משפטך, דיין אמת, שופט צדיק אמת, ברוך דיין אמת, שמו משפטיו, צדיק אמת, נפש בך בידך, צדיק מהימני בידך, הם הפליטה צדיק ותמר מלאך ערך ידך, גדול העצה ורם העלייה, אשר עיניך פקוחות, הכל עובד אדם, ותד לאשתי ככה, וחפים העולם, יגיד ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עבלת בו, אדוני סתותן אדוני לקם, שם אדוני מבורך, אתה ביד עולם, והוא רחום, וכפר עוון ולא ישחית, הרבה להשיב אפו ולא יאר כל חמתו, אדוני הושיע, המלך יעננו ביום טובנו. גם כי אלף בגית המוות לא ירא כי אתה עמדי גם ישנתך אינה מנחמתי תרוק לפני שולחן נגד צורריי ישנת בשם ראשי שסיר V'shafti bebeit Adonai le'orez yami. Psalm of David, the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Psalm of David, the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me to water in places of repose. He renews my life, guides me in the right path that befits his name. Though I walk through the valley of deepest darkness, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You spread a table for me in full view of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my drink is abundant. Only goodness and steadfast love shall pursue me all the days of my life. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord for many long years. O Lord, what are we that you should regard us? We are like a breath, our days are like a passing shadow, they are like a dream. Like grass which is renewed in the morning it flourishes, in the evening it fades and withers. The years of our life are few, their pride is but toil, they are soon gone and we fly away. So teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom. Guard the innocent, and behold the upright, for there is posterity for a person of peace. Surely God will redeem my soul. The Lord redeems the souls of his servants. None of those who take refuge in God will be condemned. The dust returns to the earth as it was, but the spirit returns to God who gave it. We have a number of eulogies today, and for the first eulogy, I want to call up the grandson Kevin.
Say some words about my Rabah. I googled the definition of what a matriarch is, and according to Oxford English Dictionary, it's a woman who is the head of a family, which she certainly was. However, my Rabah was more than just the head of a family. That's too much of a basic definition to capture the essence of who she really was. She had so many qualities that made her special, one of a kind. First being her kindness. She didn't have a mean bone in her body. She had a special ability of making others feel welcome and making others feel comfortable that they were part of the family. Growing up, she was so nice to all my non-Jewish ex-girlfriends. They all spoke so highly of her. The second being that she was so loving. She had endless love to give to her children, to my Zedek, to her grandchildren, to her great-grandchildren, Tyler, Drew, Charlotte, Annie, Baldwin, Sonny, and Callie. She was the epitome of a loving Jewish Rabah. I can't recall ever having an argument with her, or one of us being mad at the other, although I gave her plenty of reasons to get mad at me. I honestly don't have a memory of it. And that's because her love for everybody was unconditional. She accepted everyone the way they were, no matter what. She had an amazing sense of humor. I'd say it would be impossible to live so long with my Zedek without having a sense of humor, because I don't think it'd be possible. And that's why I always felt like I could be myself around her. As a kid, when you're growing up and you're around your grandparents, you feel like you have to act a certain way. You have to be on your best behavior. However, I never felt that way. I was certainly never on my best behavior around my Baba. But that's why I love spending so much time with her, is because I could be myself around her. For example, back in the day, I used to make everyone in the family pretty inappropriate or offensive birthday cards and whatnot. And without going into all the details, I had superimposed my Baba's face on a pretty notorious World War II leader back in the day. I gave it to her as a birthday card. And while everyone else was so disappointed at me at the table, my Baba would just roll her eyes and laugh and call me crazy. That's why I say no matter how offensive the joke or how inappropriate the card, she'd always find some level of humor. And that's why I think I have my sixth sense of humor. I think it's from her. And that's truly what I'll miss the most about her. Her sense of humor, the way that I felt like I could just be myself around her, the way she made it feel so loved. So for anyone who was lucky enough to know her, I would say the saying is true, and that's to know her was to love her, and you had no other choice. So we love you, Baba. Because I know Zedek will ask, you can tell him it took you 3 years and 17 days to make it. Thank you.
Grandson Blake.
I'd like to say a few words about Baba. Baba was born in Winnipeg, grew up in the downtown North End with her parents David and Sarah and their brother Jack. Baba left school early to help care for her mother, despite having all the abilities of someone who would have excelled in post-secondary education. Baba married Zedek Annette Minuk in 1949 with 3 children, Arlene, Sheldon, and Jim. Bob and Zedek were married for 72 years. After living at the grocery store that they owned, where Baba would work the cash register and other duties, they eventually settled in Garden City to be a part of the Jewish community where they lived until 2015. Baba volunteered at the Mount Carmel Clinic, making layettes and getting donations from low-income and single mothers. Baba considered her 5 sisters-in-law, including Clara, Amy, Yetta, Molly, and Roby, like sisters of her own, and remained close to her brother Jack, who she helped her. Baba also was close with her nieces and nephews, especially after their parents passed away. Eventually, Baba and Zedek moved to the Shaarey. Zedek passed away in 2021, and Baba lived at the Shaarey for the remainder of her life. My grandparents loved to travel and always made sure that their family had the opportunity to join them on some of their trips, notably Hawaii and Australia. Speaking to my father about my Baba, what I can definitively say is that she personified class, and I can safely say treated people, regardless of their lot in life, with respect and compassion from the onset. This can be considered ahead of her time. Additionally, the kindness that she showed towards others would be an example for all of her family to follow. Speaking of family, her family was always her top priority. I feel that her love and adoration for her family really played a major role in the longevity of her life. We were always welcome at my grandparents' home at 970 Sinclair, which was a place of comfort and warmth throughout my childhood. I had always mentioned her intelligence, and to put this into perspective, with essentially a primary school education, my Baba would edit my father's university papers, and we would marvel at her ability to complete the Saturday New York Times crossword. However, as we gather on this sad day, I hope that we can reflect and come away remembering that people can be compassionate, caring, and non-judgmental, and that my Baba personified these characteristics. I know I will always remember those attributes when I think of her, and I can say with conviction that the world would be a better place if there were more people like Annette Minuk, our beloved mother and Baba. I know that my Zedek has been missing her, and I'm glad that they are able to be reunited.
Daughter-in-law Shoshana.
I'd like to thank Rabah and everybody for coming out today. My name's Doug. I'm Annette's son-in-law, her best son-in-law, apparently. And like my brother-in-law said, the bar's pretty low since I'm not the only son-in-law, so to reach that bar or to go past that bar was very easy for me. Annette, I met her 49 years ago. She allowed me into her family, treated me like I was one of her family from day one. The feeling I get when I think about Annette is the feeling of home. When you were with her, it was like you felt safe, you felt warm, you felt loved. Everybody that came in contact with her felt that way. Just the aura that she exuded, and people just came to her and she talked to anybody. She was a person that people wanted to be around, and she wanted to be around people. I don't want to reiterate everything everybody else said, but at the end, about 10 days ago or so, when she was still able to get around in the wheelchair, she'd drive by the bureau where Harry was, and she'd look at his picture and she'd say, "I'm coming, Harry, you better be in a good place." It better be nice. So Annette went out on the way she wanted to go out, went in her sleep. She was the most kind person that I've ever met in my life. When you're around her, she made you want to be the best person that you could be, and that just carries on to me and for the rest of our lives. This is truly a love story, because Annette held on to, and she became a centurion because that was one of her husband Harry's big wishes, and one of her, he wanted to achieve what she wasn't able to, but she asked it 95, and she come on for him, I know, for her to become 100, and then to rejoin him in whatever plane that their happiness is continuing. So this truly is a love story, and that's how I feel from my heart. Eileen?
It's just a recording, and that would be the last picture from Harel, the grandson. I hope you'll all be able to hear it.
Dear son, Jack, the entire Minuk family, I'd like to reach out to share my deepest condolences and heartfelt sympathy as we say goodbye to the incredible woman Annette. She was truly one of the most graceful,
to get through this. So we say that my mom is very humble. She's beautiful, intelligent, and she was accepting of everything. There's good points, the bad points, but she just accepted people and made them feel like they were worthy. She had a really good sense of humor, which sometimes I'll repeat something that she said to me in jest, and people would go, "You can talk to her." And I said, "Of course she did. She's my mom. Of course she did." And her love was unconditional. She worked hard all her life beside my dad at the store. And luckily, they were able to benefit from their hard work. She was well-read, well-traveled, and just loved to meet people from other countries. Learn a little bit of the language while she was there, so she could communicate a little bit. And I think for me, I will miss her. Of every day. This was her plan. She didn't want to live any longer. And because she told me over a year ago that she worked hard to get to 100, and after that, let her be. So she went on an insurance, which for me makes it easier.
Have a opportunity now to do a very, very big mitzvah. And in Judaism, the greatest act of kindness that we can do for a person is called chesed shel emet. And it means kindness, which is the kindness of truth. And it's the kind of act of kindness that we get nothing in return for. We do it simply because of our love and because we want to do an act of kindness. So our rabbis tell us that is an act of kindness that we do for someone who has left the world, a person who has passed away. There's nothing that they can give us in return. The very last thing that we can do for Annette is to fill her grave. It's an act of kindness. Who better to do it than the people who knew her during her wonderful life? Who better to do it than the people who not only knew her but loved her? So we all have the opportunity to do this now. There are shovels here, and we should try to at least cover the casket itself. We don't have to get to the top, we can cover the casket. Remind everyone, the custom is take a shovel, do as much as you can, and not to hand the shovel to the next person. Rather just to put it down, and the next person will pick it up, and we'll go on from there. So I invite everybody to please come forward.
Oh, I remember that. I'll never forget that.
Did we just get the family together here? Is the family together?
Sheldon, they want the family together there.
Come.
Jeff?
You all have the Kaddish? And we're just going to continue.
Yeah. They want the family together.
We'll finish it up. El Malay Rachamim, Shochen Bamromim, Amsei Menucha Nechona, תחת כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים וטהורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמת חנה בת רבקה ודוד שהלכה לעולמה. ברוך שאנו מתפללים בעד הזכרת נשמתה, בגן עדן תהא מנוחתה. לכן בעל הרחמים יסתירה בסתר כנפיו לעולמים, בקצור החיים את נשמתה אדוני הוא נחלתה, ותנוח בשלום על משכבה, ונאמר אמן. God full of mercy who dwells on high, grant perfect rest and peace beneath the sheltering wings of your divine presence to the soul of Hannah, the daughter of Rivka, David, who has gone to her eternal resting place. We will give charity and offer prayer in memory of her soul. May her soul be in paradise. Master of mercy, protect her forever. Bring her under the shelter of your wings. Let her soul be bound up in the eternal bond of life. May the Lord be her possession. May she rest peacefully. Let us say Amen. We'll conclude with Mourner's Kaddish. וחייכון ובלונכון חיי בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן כתבים ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה ונורא לעולם וימי המיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפעל ויתנמן ויתנשא, יתגר ויתעלה ויתעלל, שמי לקדושה וריבוד, ואימה וטוב ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, עמדן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום הרב עמים שמיה, חיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו ונעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. Thank everyone for coming. The meal of condolences is immediately after the service today at the Shaftesbury Library. Shaftesbury Hall Library, and there will be the shiva will be private during the week. However, there will be one shiva tonight. 4:15 will be mincha services at 4:15. Once again at the Shaftesbury Library. 4:15 followed by Shaarey tonight. We have done what we have to do for Annette. Now our focus turns to the mourners, the family who is mourning, and we are obligated to comfort the mourners, to give them nechama. So we do that by, first of all, creating two parallel lines so that the mourners can walk right through, and then we will comfort the mourners as they walk out towards their front. So this two lines, one over here. That one is good. You guys are good there. Next one over here. המקום ינחם אתכם בתוך שער אבלי ציון בירושלים. May the Almighty comfort you, all mourners of Zion and Jerusalem.